The local content policy is an instrument traditionally used by many countries to promote economic development. It retains a greater share of the value generated by the exploitation of natural resources. In Ghana, the Local Content and Local Participation Bill was passed in November 2013. It stipulates that Ghanaians should be prioritized in terms of employment in the petroleum industry. Welcome to Energy Quest. On the table is Petroleum Local Content. We'll have discussions with Dr. Wilberforce Agri, the Head of Department for Petroleum Engineering, KNUST. And then we'll visit Baker Hughes, a global energy tech company. Okay, Doc, welcome to Energy Quest. So we'd like you to first tell us about yourself and then your career journey there.
I'm Wilberforce, as you already know. I'm the head of the Department of Petroleum Engineering here at KNUST. I have my BSc training in Petroleum Engineering, MSc also in Petroleum Engineering, and my PhD is in the field of chemical engineering. If I should give you, put it in context, somewhere in 2001, there were discussions with GMPC.
Okay.
That both my late Professor Andam and Dr. Edu Amakwa, they kicked off some discussions with GMPC of starting, a program in oil and gas. As at the time, Ghana has not discovered any oil. Nobody knew about any oil. So in 2001, those discussions were started. GMPC gave the clearance. A committee was set up to look into the feasibility, and then it went through the academic, their protocols, that if you are beginning a new course, the university went through the S batch, was admitted. As at the time, it was admitted under the Department of Chemical Engineering.
Okay.
So Petroleum was a program in the Department of Chemical Engineering. As a matter of fact, I was part of the first batch that were admitted. So in 2004, we started the program, and we graduated in 2008. And in 2014, the university thought it wise that there should be a department on its own. So we moved from a program to become a full-fledged department in 2014.
So far, has the department been able to train engineers who have fitted perfectly into the industry?
Yes, the core of the industry is coming from KNUST, and the department has contributed to it. If you want an engineer, then you come to KNUST. So, all across the nation. So the department has contributed.
About how many students have you been able to prepare into the industry since the department was set up?
Petroleum engineering program is a highly specialized program.
Okay.
And so we don't train huge numbers.
Okay.
Because it's at if you take a pyramid, it's at the very top of the pyramid. So it's a highly specialized program. We use only to contain numbers within the neighborhood of 30 to 50.
Oh,
students.
Okay. Per batch.
But as you know, now a lot of people are coming to the university.
Yeah.
And we are also looking at equity. So you're also looking at equity, and so based on that, you have to give people the opportunity. And then there's free SHS, and so the numbers naturally has to
have
go
gone up.
So now we are training a lot, over 100 students.
Okay.
But in all, we can say that almost about 400 plus students have left our doors since we started.
Okay, so the level of training you are offering, do you think it's able to help us solve the gap in the local content where locals can fit into the high-level technical roles?
Absolutely. Like I said, petroleum engineering is a highly specialized program, and so normally you would have done a general engineering program.
Yeah.
And then, when you get a job in the sector, then you are trained in those specialized, areas. And so the industry gets a close to tailored, specialized person. And then with a little training here and there, the person is good to go. So you don't need to spend much, to prep up that individual. So in terms of the Local Content Act that was passed, the department has contributed its quota in the areas of engineering, where we are looking at within the next phase of development, we should get almost close to 100% of engineers being Ghanaians.
Okay.
So yes, we have.
Okay, so what does a student have to study? What do they have to study before university?
The basic requirement to read petroleum engineering is you have to be a science student.
Okay.
So, physics, mathematics, and chemistry.
Okay.
So you have to have these three. And then, of course, the other core subject.
What's the ratio of female students to male students in your department? Do you produce lots of female engineers?
Yes, we do very well in that area. A lot of females are on our program.
Okay.
Ratio, it's year dependent. There are some years that the ratio have been, very close to 1:2.
Okay.
And there have been years where, the numbers are very low, probably 1:4. So in terms of engineering, in the larger picture of engineering, we do very, very well. But not many females.
Okay.
Do engineering. So.
So, William, from Baker Hughes' perspective, how important is local content?
Thank you, Lesley. From Baker Hughes' perspective, we believe local content is a means of maintaining a social license by which we involve the community or they have a stake in the investments we make in country. Because in order to succeed, you need a community.
Of course.
And bringing along the community, you need to develop these people within the community. You need to also develop the nationals. Definitely, you'll be creating opportunities and job opportunities for these people. So I believe the social license for us as a company.
And then what are some achievements that Baker Hughes has had in that light?
We have achieved noteworthy some achievements like the $250,000 funding to the government of Ghana's Accelerated Oil and Gas Capacity Program.
Okay.
We sent 5 students, Ghanaian students, to Canada to acquire skills in stainless steel welding. They are back in country. Secondly, currently 80% of our staff, technical core staff, are nationals. We also undertook a $500,000 SME development program across the country. We've awarded scholarships within the range of $200,000 to 70 students across 3 universities: the University of Ghana, the University of Mines and Technology, and then Ashesi University.
What kind of courses?
For oil and gas programs.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So do you have any strategies in place in terms of this local content to improve? What plans do you have?
Yes, we do have strategies that are underpinned by an aggressive nationalization plan, or what I call localization plan.
Okay.
Yes, and to name a few, we have a manpower skill development program where we want to develop our nationals to take up the role of experts that come in country.
Yeah, very important.
Yes, very, very important. And we saw the need of, we appreciated that during the COVID-19 pandemic. We relied most at times on the efforts or the technology gained by these locals to undertake projects offshore. Secondly, we have community initiatives, like within the sub-Saharan African region, we have what we call the empowerment program, which we are enrolling, where we dedicate volunteer hours in terms of resources, money, our work time to the community in which we live in. Thirdly, we are partnering with local suppliers.
Okay.
So we have a channel partnership program where we are bringing along these local suppliers.
So how best can people take up some of these opportunities?
I believe citizens should have the appetite to take high risk.
Okay.
Very, very important, especially for local suppliers. You know, the industry we live in is a capital intensive industry. Very. So I believe citizens that want to become entrepreneurs, that want to become suppliers within our upstream industry, they need to have that appetite to take that risk. Secondly, we need to eschew what we call unrealistic expectations. People come into the industry and think it's all juicy.
Yeah.
But that is the case.
They can make money immediately they enter.
But I think it also depends on what the government needs to manage the expectations of the citizens. Very, very important. So that, once you are coming in, you can either make a loss or you can either make a gain. And will depend on the efforts and then the kind of enabling environment government will put in place so that local suppliers can manage that.
Okay. You mentioned earlier that during the COVID season, you had to use more technical hands from the locals. Yes. So could we count that a lesson? And is that opening up opportunities in Baker Hughes?
Yes, so that is one. We ended up using more locals than experts, and that reduced our cost of operations.
Okay.
And also essential workers working from home. And Baker Hughes is essentially a digital company. So we leverage more on remote operations where you can sit at the comfort of your home and then work. So we invested so much in digital tools, ensuring that employees working with us are comfortable so that they can work in any part of the world they find themselves, no matter where. Yes.
Explain better to us what Baker Hughes actually does.
Yeah, so thanks. Baker Hughes is actually an energy technology company. We develop and deploy transformative technology to move energy forward. We make it safer, cleaner, and then also efficient for the planet and then people. We've been in Ghana since 2009. Yes, in the last 12 years. And we have our office here in Accra and 2 ultra-modern workshop bases in Takrade. Baker Hughes is a full-stream company. So across the petroleum value chain, we operate from upstream, downstream, midstream.
William, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, OG. I can call you OG, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Can you tell us about your background?
Okay, so Dixon, popularly known as OG Dixon. So I make people call me with the first 2 letters of my name just because it's very difficult to pronounce and I really want my name pronounced in the right way. So unless you're from my tribe, it can be very mouthful to say. So actually, I'm a graduate of the University of Benin. I studied applied mathematics and I graduated with a first class honor.
Wow.
I give all credit as well to my mathematics teacher, Mr. Joseph Ayete. I hope he's watching. He's Ghanaian, and he was very instrumental in me loving maths.
Typically, I mean, mathematics is not the norm for women, so it's something that is a standout. I mean, and you had a first class in mathematics. That's a rare one.
It wasn't easy, I can tell you, because I had like young men, come up to me and say, you know, we will make sure you don't get this first class. It's impossible for a woman to beat me. So even at a young age, you still get, you know, those sort of pushbacks, even from the male peers, male students. It was so sad.
So after your first degree, did you go straight into work or?
Yes, so I was hired straight out of the university and into Baker Hughes. So it's been a 20 years plus journey experience, though I left Baker Hughes in 2015 to GE Oil and Gas. Then in 2017, we actually merged together to become Baker Hughes, a GE company. So I came back.
Back to Baker Hughes.
So back to Baker Hughes, and there was no running away, and to a bigger Baker Hughes. And it's been a tremendous experience. I've taken up all sorts of roles to leadership, even regional roles. I've led a region, and that's actually Europe. It was a bit scary, but at the same time, very challenging, because I was the only woman. And I was
only black leader.
Only black leader.
I saw that
as a regional manager, and also I was the youngest.
What's your role typically like? What do you do?
So I actually manage the business affairs of Baker Hughes. So, and that would be like potentially making sure from a customer standpoint, right, we're partnering better. We're actually having the same vision. And also from a profitability standpoint, we're also profitable. Driving market growth in the country, but also looking out for talents, developing key talents, driving all the localization initiatives for the country.
That's really huge. But you mentioned localization. Can you tell me about that?
So for me, localization in Ghana is actually how do you build local capacity, right, in Ghana. This could be through human resource or through improving supplier base or improving skill sets of the Ghanaian workforce.
Okay, so Oji, being a woman in this position, how has it been? Has it been beneficial? Do you get favors because you're a woman, or has it been difficult? What has been the challenges and the benefits in there?
I think for me, first of all, one good thing is that I'm working for a company that actually doesn't really act based on gender, but based on results and performance.
Competencies.
So that actually helped me a great deal. The fact that I do a good job is recognized and I get rewarded for it. But from a personal level, it's been tough because I have two kids. I have a daughter, Layla. She's 13. She's going to be 14 soon. I have a son, David, that is 11. He turned 11 in December last year. And of course, I'm married, right? So I'm married to Leonard Dixon. He is an American. And for me, it's all about understanding. So from the beginning, I mean, he met me offshore when I was working as a field engineer. And he knew the kind of person I was, and he knew I was career driven. So of course, getting into marriage, you need to be clear on
who you are,
of what you want to be, and you need to marry someone that is ready to support you. So I think from a home standpoint, I have a very supportive husband. He's also into oil and gas. And he sees how hard I work, and he appreciates it. He knows I travel a lot. I mean, I've been relocated, reassigned to about 5 countries in over 7 years. So I move a lot with our family, but he's always supportive and supporting me in everything I want to do. And I think that's just, despite the challenges that come, I have a fantastic, cheerer that is always making me relaxed and always willing to listen to me.
So what on the business side, on the corporate end of it?
So on the corporate end of it, sometimes you have some demoters and promoters. You just need to identify them on time. And then for me, I don't let all of that stop me. Some people, when they see you, they see your size, they see your color, then they see your gender. Yeah. There's also that stereotype out there that maybe this person might not be able to do it.
Yeah.
But one thing I always do, the more you push and say you can't, again, you make me want to
prove them wrong.
I always want to prove them wrong. Yeah. And I can tell you something for free. No matter the gender, if people see that you actually understand your role,
you know what you're about,
you know what you're doing, to be honest, you get the respect.
So what advice would you give to other women or girls who want to come in? There's so much talk about women in STEM lately, but you can still add your voice to it, I mean.
So to all the women, young women and ladies out there watching this program, I strongly encourage you to take up some form of course in anything related to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I'm a mathematician. This is how far I've come. You can do way better than me. The sky is your limit. And if you're in a male-dominated environment, don't let that deter you. Stay focused. Stay determined. Find role models that can support you in everything that you do, right? And then you would see the reward. Then I think from another standpoint, for even women in leadership, there are very few. But I pray that you also help develop other women that are in your organization, because we women, we need people to help coach us.
Yeah.
You need someone as a role model. You need someone that is ready to help also lift you to the next level.
Yeah.
And so for me, the sky is your limit. There's no job that you cannot do.
Yes.
Look at me. I'm not big in size. I'm just a young woman. I would say I'm too young, but I mean, I'm a strong supporter of women, right? And also of men. So don't get it wrong. I just really like people that are passionate about what they do.
Ready to work.
And they are ready to work. They have a mission. They have a vision, right? And that is it. You're committed.
Focused at it. So, do you have any special initiatives in Baker Hughes for women?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So we've recently rolled out a women empowerment program, where we're actually going after and targeting local suppliers, that female entrepreneurs, right, that they own it, to be part of our supplier base. So right now in Ghana, I'm in search. So I'm appealing to all the female entrepreneurs out there that would want to be part of the Baker Hughes supply base, because we are actively targeting female suppliers to increase our supplier base in Ghana. So this is if you're a female, you're Ghanaian, and you own a business. Please reach out to Baker Hughes. We can be found in Stanbic Heights, or you can go to our website and locate us. Thank you.
This is what we do on Energy Quest. We demystify the energy sector. Till we meet again. Ciao.
Did you miss an episode of Energy Quest? Watch all episodes on YouTube at Energy Quest TV or Kente TV. Also catch up on the Daily Graphic YouTube page and website. Energy Quest, looking into the future.